Hello everyone, welcome to Prabhu's Consulting Service and thank you so much for joining us today. In this video, we will show you engineering, procurement and construction contractor management workflow. So let's start it. Basically, engineering, procurement and construction projects often involve many departments, teams, and activities that must work together throughout the project lifecycle. From managing customer requirements and engineering drawings to preparing cost estimates, planning materials, assigning resources, tracking job progress, monitoring project cost, and ensuring quality standards. Every stage plays an important role in a successful delivery of the project. When these processes are managed manually using spreadsheets, email, phone calls, and other disconnected systems, it becomes difficult to maintain accurate information, monitor project performance, and keep all stakeholders aligned. The EPC Contractor Project Management module for Odoo is designed to simplify and centralize the complete management of EPC project within a single platform. It helps to organization to manage the entire project journey, starting from the customer inquiry and tender submission through the project estimation, BOQ management, contract administration, material planning, procurement coordination, job execution, timesheet tracking, quality inspection, risk management, and project completion. By connecting all project-related activities in one system, business can improve collaboration between teams, gain better visibility into project progress, control project cost more efficiently, and make informed decisions based on the real-time information. With the powerful project planning and execution tools, this module enables project managers, engineering, procurement teams, site supervisor, and management staff to work together efficiently throughout every phase of the project. Whether you are managing construction project or any, let's say, industrial installations, infrastructure developments, and also engineering contracts or large-scale EPC operations. These solutions provide the tool you need to streamline workflow, improve productivity, reduce operational challenge, and ensuring successful project delivery from start to finish. So here is the introduction of our module. So we can check workflow step by step. So our workflow started from CRM to so we can see the workflow step by step. So first of all, go to the CRM menu, and here you can see we have already created a one record. So just open this record. Here we have created the CRM pipeline, just one type of inquiry for industrial chemical plant construction. Here we have include material estimation, labor estimation, and overhead estimation. And here also we have two options. First, drawing request, and second, job cost estimation. For our workflow, these are two workflow is a main important points. So we can go and see each of step by step. First of all, let's start drawing request workflow. So here you can see with the help of this button, you can create a drawing request for it. We have already created the drawing request. So with the help of smart button, we have What's a smart button in the pipeline form view? You can see no meeting, quotation, similar leads, a project, or task, or drawing, and estimation, etc. So, with the help of smart button, you can see the drawing records of attached for particular this pipeline. So here we have a list of drawings. So with linkage of our opportunity, so we can go with this general arrangement drawing. Basically, it is including a drawing engineering workflow that include how our project look like, what our workflow, etc., related to your project requirement. Here we have a added general arrangement drawing for our workflow. You can see I have attached this image for arrangement purpose. Okay, so it is also including our project, our designer, designing approvers, internal notes, signature, etc. And here we have also create a version, which is this drawing is based on version type, so user can create multiple version as per requirement in the drawing request. So here we have already created a versions. So with the help of smart button, you can see the next version records. So simply I click this, and here we have a created same record, but it is a change of image and drawing. Basically, this is a version type process for our drawing request. So here you can see our plant construction drawing for the second version. Okay, and here we have a small workflow of document management. So here in drawing section, we also linkage the document, and it create a form view of that with linkage of that document, and let's say drawing. So with the help of smart button, you can see all that data in the one click by next version and previous version. I go to the previous version. Yes, here our first version, and with the help of smart button, we can go to the next version. Okay, and here also we have a small workflow of documents, so we can manage our document as per our requirement or as per our project requirement. Okay, so once the drawing is completed, pipeline is completed, then we have to create a tender bid. Suppose we have small small company, or a big private company or big government company. So that for this company we have to create a tender bid, and once that we win the tender, system automatically create a project as per our requirement. So we have already created bids for our chemical project workflow. So I will open this. So here you can see we have created a tender bid and it is in a one stage. Okay, so basically tender form with including tender information, bidder information, tender information such as like tender agency, tender reference number, which type of tender, what category of tender, tender notification dates, and their expiry dates, cost by buyer. Then we have a bidder informations like type of bid, name of bidder, bid submission date, estimation amount, deposit money amount, tax, and etc. etc. And also we have a subtabs like here we can include tender details, documents. Here we can also attach the document same as in drawing, but we have no any option like smart button. We have a one new tab for document because there is very confidential data. So site layout plan, technical specifications documents, etc. etc. And also we have a location details tab and other information tabs and internal log tabs. Then here we have a when tender bid form in a one stage, we have a one button called project create project. So here we have already created project. So it is hide. So basically with the help of smart button, you can see that project easily. And here we also create a estimate, job estimate for our project. Okay. So let's go and see step by step what the process in project, what the process of estimation. We can see one of them step by step. So here with the help of smart button, just click on project button. And here you can see we have automatically created from the bid. This is the project called Industrial Chemical Plant Instructions with the details of tax, customer, project manager, plan and date, CRM opportunity, allocated time, company, etc. etc. With the smart buttons of task, dashboard, job post, notes, estimate, BOQ, risk, incident, risk incident, preview, sale orders, completion report, drawing, tender bid. We will go this button step by step. First, we have to review our project. So here also we have lots of tabs like risk registers, construction site details, tender details. Risk registers means you have to put any risk that let's say delay in a site preparation. Okay, fifth, then we have to add probability of that. We can go 25% of delay in site preparation. Then we have to select let's say a project delay. So probability of project delay is 10%. So etc etc. We have to select risk register tags according to our project probability, according to our project status, and according to our project requirement. We have to select a risk register for that. Okay. Then we have to construction site detail and then tender details. Tender details include GPS coordinates, end and start, then bid type or category, tender type and tender agency. Okay. So let's go to the bid data. Now here we have an estimate. So let's open it. So basically, the estimate include how material, how labor, and how overhead we will actually use and we will actually use in a project. So that numeric calculation, that type, that product include in job estimation. Let's say in material estimation, we have to OPC cement, river sand and flooring tiles, electrical cable, etc. etc. This is material. Okay. Then we have to go a labor estimate that include how many laborers which work on that, which work on this particular project. What is the unit price? Okay, what is the quantity? How many peoples are doing this? Okay, how many laborers? Let's say is any discount? Is any subtotal? So that important data include job estimation. Job estimation basically give a perfect numeric number total job estimate that for a project purpose. Okay. So back to the flow, we have a labor estimation that include let's say help steel fixing, electrician, supervisor, painting work, etc. etc. And now we have overhead estimation that include all small overhead charges that include in our project. So basically here we have diesel and fuel charges, then we have a tools and equipment charges, then we have transportation charges. It is based on our requirement like day, month, units, hours. Basically, overhead estimate is on a month or unit and hours. So it is include in month. You can say days, hours, etc. etc. And it is also include a unit price, subtotals, discounts. So we have a idea of okay our actual project cost. So it is include other info also that linkage of tender bid if our job estimate create a lead. Okay, then we have a linkage of tender bid here and also it's include additional lots. Okay, so here we have to create job cost sheet for our material, labor, and overhead. But this flow we will see in a next phase. First of all, we have to create this job cost sheet via tender bid to manage our estimate. Okay, and also in here we have a quotation smart button. So here you can see we have a one button called quotation. Uh, I have already created the quotation, that's why it is null. So basically with the help of smart button you can see that include quotation include material estimation, labor estimation, overhead estimation, one page, and that create a sell order for the particular customer with a linkage of project. Okay, so we can see that sell order. So here you can see it is include a material estimation tab products, labor estimation tab product and overhead expenses. And we have already created an invoice for it. This is the Odoo standard flow we have to discuss right now. And Here we have also a drawing smart button for the link in cell order. So we have also created an invoice. So with the help of smart button, you can see the invoices. So here you can see the invoice in a draft stage with invoice lines of material, labor, and overhead estimations product. So back to the quotation. Here I forgot one thing. We have a smart button of drawing, so you can manage the drawings in here also in cell order. But we have no linkage of any right now. It is a in opportunity we have to see only the linkage of CRM that that workflow is different, and in a cell order we have to create a different drawings that workflow is different. So we will see the step by step. Here you can see the drawing we have to create using a smart button. Okay, so now we have to create a project BOQ for BOQ line management. So go to the project BOQ. So in jobs we have a project BOQ menu. So in here we have also created a record. So let's see how they work. So here in a project BOQ, it is also include a material, labor, overhead. As per previously, I explained this whole concept in a detail. That what is a material, what is a labor, and what is the overhead. Okay, so in here basically the project BOQ include BOQ lines of material, labor, and overhead with a link of project, analytical account, job order, customer, create date, create by, descriptions, and also added a cell reference for it. Okay, so here we also create a job code set. Okay, uh, in estimate, we also create a job code set, and in project BOK, we have also uh, one option for job code set. So in here, we have already created a job code set. So with the help of smart button, you can see the job code set. So here in project BOQ button, we have created a job code set, and with the help of smart button, we can open that record, and once this already created in BOQ project, so the button will be hide. So it is hide. Then okay, so the main concept of a project cost sheet is managing cost from purchase order line, HR timesheets line, vendor invoice line, cost line, etc. etc. Suppose I give you one example. I created one job code sheet uh, for plain cement. Okay, uh, I have created in added in a material type. Okay, then I confirm it. Then I go to the purchase order, and I go to the purchase order and create a purchase order of plain cement. Okay, with the cost quantity, actual purchase quantity, etc. etc. And there I have attached this cost sheet to. So when I confirm with the purchase order. In here, automatically purchase order entry and purchase order quantity will be show automatically. Automatically. So this is the workflow of job question that that mainly focus on tracking actual purchase quantity, actual vendor quantity, actual time sheets over, etc. etc. So here we have to see step by step. So here we have a same as a material, labor, and overhead. Then also we have to, with the help of smart button, we can see the wall purchase order, HR timesheet lines, vendor lines, and cost lines. And we have also manage a BOQ from here, project BOQ from here. Also, it is including cost lines. In here, default group by of labor, material, and overhead. You can see. You can see here our material and here overhead. Okay. So basically, it is a list view of labor, material, overhead. It is linkage in a cost sheet, in a project BOQ, and also in a estimate. We have to create a job estimate and project BOQ manually. Then we have to create a project set according to our project requirement. So the back to the flow. Okay. Now, after the project set completion or in approve stage, we have to create a contract for it. So let's create a contract for our project. So in sales, we have a menu of contract. Now for a contract, we have already created a contract record. So we can go and check out that record. So here our contract record in an active stage with the create invoice button. So we can go workflow step by step. So first of all, we have to lots of data related to contract, like contract type, plan, billing interval. These are not read only field. So as an example, we may go in a draft stage and we can see we have a contract types, plan, product, price, tax, company, create date, responsible, etc. etc. include in a contract form view. So customer can easily select and tell that contract types, plan, etc. And we have to add that in a manual way. So it is also include contract details. So we can see we have added contract details as per requirement. Then we have a plan details and also we have internal note tab for this. Okay. So the main concept of contract is in active stage we have a one button called create invoice. Okay. So with the help of this button we also create a invoice for our particular contract. So with the help of smart button, we can see that invoice easily when one click. So here you can see. our product, let's say we first we have to go in a contract. So here you can see our product is a manufacturing equipment and machinery, and price is $90,000. Okay, so with a click of create invoice button, it will system create automatically invoice. With the help of smart button, you can just click and see that invoice. And here you can see the invoice amount with the tax of 15%. Okay, is a there. Okay, so it is including that product, contract product, and create invoice automatically when the click of button. Okay, so this is the flow of contract invoice. So back to the contract, and here with the help of these buttons and by mail, we also create. So here, when I click the send, when I click a send by mail button, uh, system is automatically created a one mail template and sent to the customer. So here we have also see the report. System will automatically attach that report easily and mail it that the particular customer. So here you can see the our contract details including activities, etc., etc. So with basically with the help of send by mail button, we can send the mail of particular contract in the particular customer. Okay. Okay. So after the send by mail workflow, now we have to go the project tab. So go to the project menu, and here we have our project called industrial chemical plant construction. And you can see here we have a lots of tasks or job order for particular task. We have to create a particular job order to efficiency of step by step workflow. So in here we have already created one job order for it. So let's open. So for the project industrial chemical plant, we have to create a one construction of control room building task. This is lots of job orders in any industries and any projects like mapping the objectives and for meetings, for calls, etc. We must to create a job order for different purposes. So, as an example, I have created one job order for a construction of control room building. So first, in here we have attached the project, then assigns, then ending date, then main is our job number. Then we have to add a tags, customers, sale order items, that is linkage of sale order. We can go that step by step. Then quality check required, deadline and allocated time. Then we have a material planning tab. So basically what material planning tab. So here we have created material requisitions, purchase requisitions for internal pickings, purchase order. Let's say in this particular task, I have the requirement of cover blocks product. Okay, so in material planning, I have to add these cover blocks. Then we have to create a material requisition. Then department approve and create internal picking or purchase order and provide me that product as soon as possible. It is called material requisition workflow. So in here we have lots of material plannings product added like cover blocks, then tiles, then glass panel, aluminum windows, waterproofing chemicals, etc. etc. You can see, and with the help of this button, we have to create a material requisition for it. So let's create it. Here we have an operation type for create a new requisition or create a existing requisition. In existing requisition, we have to select a material requisition that append that line on this on that material requisition, and if we have to create a new requisition, then click on create a new requisition and click with in create requisition. So it is simply automatically system create purchase requisition for our line. Okay, so basically we have already created a material requisition. So go to that material requisition tab. So here we have already created a purchase requisition with the help of job order form view button. So here you can see the construction of control room building. It is attached in purchase requisition form view. Then we have a requisition line tab that include requisition actions, product descriptions, quantity, unit of measures, and vendor. So it is we have a two option in requisition action. First is the internet picking, and second is the purchase order. If we have to add that product in internal picking, that simply we have to select the internal picking in line, and if we have create a purchase order for it, so we have to add requisition actions purchase order in that particular line, and we have to select that particular vendor for it. So with the help of smart button, you can see we have already created an internal picking for purchase order. So basically in approve stage, we have a one button called create PO and internal picking button. So we have already created the button is currently hide. So with the help of smart button, you can see the internal picking and purchase order. So here you can see our internal picking for that particular product, and we have a transport record. Okay, so and also we have a purchase order record. You can see we have purchase order record. So this is the basic workflow of purchase requisition. Now back to the project. Now search our job order, that construction of control room building. Now back to the flow. We have a subtask, then consume material. We have use these products in this particular job order that describe consume material. Okay. Then we have two material requisition for this particular job order. So in material requisition tab, we have a linkage of material requisitions. How many material requisitions is created for this particular task? Okay. Then we have to a timesheet entry. So in timesheet entry, suppose employee doing some job in this particular task. So in here we have to create a timesheet entry that effect in a job code sheet. Okay. So here, let's say here you can see here we have a job code sheet lines and entry. So here it affect on job code sheet. We have previously explained job code sheet workflow. So I will give I have give one example of purchase order. Then I will explain. Sorry, I have explained timesheet entry, vendor entry, and purchase order entry. So this is the same flow of that. Okay. So then we have a risk register tab. I've also explained this flow previously. Uh, we have to create a manually risk registers of this particular job order. So in here you can see we have created structural failure risk register of 32%, project delay of 15%, etc. etc. We have also created a cash flow issue with a probability of 10%. Okay, and here we have a risk type and risk response categories, etc. etc. It's just the configuration part. We will see the later. We will see all workflow using insights, workflow, and configuration, which step by step. Currently, we have to see uh, workflow. So here we have also quality check. So in here you can see we have a quality check workflow that include quality template. So here basically concept of inspections, how many checklist of there for particular task. So here let's say we have a checklist item uh, like concrete mix ratio verified, crushing process started, vibration done properly or not. So basically we have a checklist item with a responsible user, inspection dates, and inspected sorry inspected by. Okay. So if we click the check button, we have to create a comment. We have to inspection status, let's say the pass. Then we have to create an attachment for that, and we have to add one comment in this tab in quality check wizard. Let's say is passed. Then we have to click on check button. So the So this is we have to check that using the quality check page. Then we have a Google drawing document. In here we have to create a Google drawing. With the click of this, you can open a document of a Google drawing. So you can create the drawing attachment here. We cannot see you the drawing URL because it is not accessible for us. So here we have lots of designs created like control room, site layout, general arrangement drawing, extra etc. We have to previously added in documents. So here we have also create a Google drawing document. Then We have a contract drawing. We have also added the drawing tab. So let's say we have a contract general arrangement drawing, project site layout drawing, etc. etc. We in a Google drawing document and in a contract document we have added many documents and attached documents as per our requirement. So here we have to one small workflow of create incident button. In here you can create a sub job order of incident. Let's say we have faced one problem in this particular task. The let's say machine is not working, cooling not working. So we have to create a one incident part for this particular job order. So we have already created an incident. So using a smart button, you can see that. So here you can see we have a design change revision incident for this particular construction of control room building job order. Okay, so our basic main workflow is now completed. Now we have to see the portal form view for a customer purpose. So customer show drawing documents, drawing views, portal views for the particular limited access. So now we have to log in with a particular customer to see that portal workflow. So we have to log out as an admin user, and we have to log in as a customer. In here you can see we have a menu for drawing. So simply click and you can see we have a lots of drawings record for this particular customer. So we have click one, and here you can see a portal view of drawing form view for with the customer signature. Let's say we have opened another record to see the signature workflow. In here you can see uh, in here we have to add a signature in a backend. So basically this is the main concept of portal form view. So now back to the admin user. Login as an admin user. Okay. Now firstly we can go and check the configuration part and instance part quickly. So first we have to go in a bits. here you can see the Kanban view of bids. This include lots of data and different dynamic stages such as a cancel, reject, won, under review, submitted, draft, etc. etc. Now we have a configuration menu for work category, tender type, bid type, bid stages, and also we have a bid tax for our tender bid. Then we have a requisition menu for a purchase requisition. It will include purchase requisitions records. Then we have a risk management tab. In here we have added a risk incidents tab, then reporting project risk analysis, then task risk analysis that include R&D of project risk and task risk. Then we have the configuration part in risk management like risk that include risk qualification, score, risk type, risk response, etc. etc. Then we have the risk category tab, and lastly we have a risk response menu. Then we have a drawing menu. It does include a design drawing, and we have also configuration part. We will see once that load. We have a drawing, then we have a configuration in drawing stages, tags, and categories. Okay. Then we have a bid menu, which already have to explain now. So basically, this is the workflow. If you have any query related this to free feel to us, thank you so much. Have a great day.